Gemini, welcome to your reading for the week of the 13th of June 2022. Welcome back if that's the case, and welcome if not. I hope you've had a great week, and I'm just going to get straight into your reading. I am going to pull a card just for an overall feel for the week for us from the Chakra Insight Oracle, and it's come out pretty quickly. All right, my beautiful Gemini friends. The card we have here is visualization, and the words depicted on that are imagination, focus, experience, and manifestation. And we've obviously got a person there in a bit of a meditative state, potentially getting some downloads, some activations, some healing, some insights, obviously sitting in that fairly high chakra point there. So let's see how that fits in with the rest of the reading for you. So I am going to use the Tarot of Curious Creatures deck again by Chris Ann, and I'm doing the same layout as I did last week, the out of the box layout. So let's see what is in store for you for the week. The intention is to pull all of the cards, and then we'll talk about them one by one, and then talk about them as a story and see what else comes up after that. The first card out we have is the Four of Swords. This is sitting in your energy as a whole for the week. So if you know your tarot cards, you might have a feel for what that is. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves until we can get a fuller picture. Now, obviously, I have called in my guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors who love me unconditionally and are of the highest vibration. You are welcome to do so as well if you feel it might help you to connect in with the reading a little bit more. So the second card out is the Six of Wands, and that's sitting in the position of something unexpected or a surprise that might be coming along for you this week. In the third position, we have the Ten of Wands. This is in the position of how we can keep ourselves grounded and focused this week, my beautiful Gemini. Okay, we'll carry on. The next card out we're looking for is for the position of your emotions this week. So can we get a message for Gemini for their emotions for the week? Now I've got a couple of cards here. Okay, we will take there's two of them. Okay, so we're taking this one as your emotions. This is the Two of Wands. The next position is the position of your inspirations, and this is the Seven of Cups. Again, if you know your cards, you might be interpreting it along at the same time. The next card out is the position of how we can best support ourselves. For you, my beautiful Gemini, we have the Three of Cups in this position. Ooh, I like that. Seventh card out is our relationship card. Just three more cards for our beautiful Gemini friends. Thank you, guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors. Thank you. So in the position of relationships, we have the Sun. Well, that's a beautiful card to have in that position. The final card on the outside of the box, we'll be looking for the card relating to the position of your career, even if that's soul work, retirement, volunteer work, just kicking around in the garden, whatever it is that you see in that position for you. So a message for our beautiful Gemini for the career or life purpose type role. We have the Fool in terms of your career. Okay. And I'm just going to grab one more final card. This card is going to be outside of the box, hence the name of the layout. Sometimes it does tell us how we can think outside of the box, but generally it is a message from the universe. So we've actually got two cards that have come through here. We have the Six of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So already the sense that I'm getting is we've got and I'm quite interested in looking at the chakras this week. It has seemed to be a bit of a theme. So obviously we've got this card here, which, it looks like it's a crown chakra because it's coming out at the top of this person's head. But I do tend to see this colour more in terms of intuition, more in terms of third eye. And we've got quite a bit of that purple coming through. So we've got that there in the Eight of Swords, in the Four of Swords, in the Three of Cups. So we've got that indigo, third eye, intuition colour coming through there. We've also got the green coming through in a few places as well. So potentially some heart energy for us to have a look at as the reading goes along. And we've got a couple of very strong yellows as well. So we've got some yellow in the Ten of Wands, in the Two of Wands, and obviously the Sun is that bright yellow. And I keep getting drawn to the back of these cards, obviously very bright yellow, and that really does speak to us of that sense of, obviously, the solar plexus chakra. It's that sense of I am. It's that sense of knowing who you are. It's the, when we come to look at the Sun, it's that brilliance and joy and nourishment and enthusiasm and exuberance, that sort of thing. So it'll be interesting to see how we can tie all that together for you in the reading. So if we start off, this first position of the Four of Swords is your week as a whole. So the sense I'm getting for this is it might be some time for you to actually stop and rest. So sitting opposite the Four of Swords here is the Ten of Wands. So you might have had a bit of a difficult journey that you've been dealing with, or you're at the end of. So I'm getting this sense that you might actually be quite tired this week. You might need to stop and rest and relax. Obviously the creature in this card is a sloth, and we all know how well sloths can just lie around and sloth around. The only comment I want to make in relation to that is don't just lie in front of telly watching Netflix. The sense I'm getting is if you're given this space, it's kind of a gift to be given space to stop and relax. And I would invite you, rather than either busying yourself, if you find yourself at home or something like that, rather than busying yourself or lying on the couch watching telly for hours on end, I'd invite you to consider doing some meditative work, some quiet space, even sitting out under the stars if you're able to do that at night. Just really allowing yourself that openness to stop and to hear any messages that might be wanting to be dropped into you. Okay, the next card out that we have is what might be unexpected this week, or what might come as a surprise. We have the Six of Wands here. So this week you might be surprised by some sort of acknowledgement of your hard work, of your achievements, and you might be surprised that you're actually comfortable receiving these accolades. So I feel like with this yellow, with this sense of I am, the solar plexus, the Sun, I feel like you're actually in a position where you can stand tall and proud and go, heck yeah, I did a really good job, and really just absorb all that really beautiful energy and recognition that may be coming your way. The next card out, we touched on it a little bit before, is that Ten of Wands, and that is in the position of how we can stay grounded and focused. Now, it doesn't particularly match that position, but I think it more matches in with that description that I talked about, the Four of Swords previously, is that end of a hard journey, putting down the heavy bundle, finally being able to rest. If anything, I think potentially what you could use in this card to help to stay focused is to remind yourself that you're about to put down that bundle, you're about to have that rest. So sometimes when we're slogging up the hill, this guy may not realize that he's actually nearly there. So if that resonates for you, maybe focus on I'm nearly there. I'm about to put this down. I'm about to rest. I'm about to receive the acknowledgements for this hard work. I'm about to reap the rewards. The next card out we have is the Two of Wands. This is sitting in the position of your emotions. So again, tapping into that yellow energy. So that it's really this sense of I am. Now, the Two of Wands here tells me that in terms of your emotions, you might be stuck in this, not potentially not stuck, but you might be tossing up between this stay and go energy. And we can see the curiosity of the cat here. The cat wants to get out and explore. And the cat, this cat here, you can see she's holding the key, and I think she's got the lock as well. So she is in control, and she can choose whether she opens that lock with that key, which path she's going to go. But I get the sense, and often with the Two of Wands, it really is an invitation to be that curious to cat. And, does staying in that position of comfort really help you to grow and evolve. I'm not telling you that you should be moving, but sometimes that is on the cards, literally, with the Two of Wands. But it doesn't necessarily need to be a physical move. It could be some sort of emotional move, obviously. So there could be some sort of moving on two different pathways in terms of something that has an effect on you emotionally. The next card out we have is the Seven of Cups. This is in the position of our inspirations. Now, what I'm getting here is that this little pup is a little bit confused. He's actually got too many ideas. So in the position of inspirations, it might be that you've got too many things that are inspiring you and you can't choose between them. So the best advice to give here is to just pick one of those things, to keep it really, coming back to what can keep us grounded and focused. Keep whichever of those inspirations, whichever of those cups that you reach out and take, make sure it's realistic. Make sure that it's something that is actually achievable. So this card, the Seven of Cups, sometimes is illustrated by air castles. So this is this idea of building air castles in the sky. It's often out of reach. It's often not achievable. So look at what inspires you that you can achieve, and it might be that you just need to achieve small things and just chip away at it a little bit at a time. The next card out is the Three of Cups, and we have this in the position of how we can best support ourselves. Now this is, to me, seems very obvious. So how can we best support ourselves in your relationships? So this is about surrounding yourself with your soul family, with people who really get you, people who understand you, people you can laugh with, have fun with. We've got the Sun card right next to it, all about having fun and joy. So it's really about having that support network around you. And you know that you've got these potentially, a number of really good friends, but you might even have just two key friends that you really, really resonate with. And it's about, just enjoying the fact that you've got those brilliant connections and having fun with them. Life is too short, my beautiful Geminis. So as I said, that next card out is the Sun, and this is in the position of our relationships. So it ties in very closely to what I was talking about here with the Three of Cups. So you're going to be supported by your relationships, and your relationships are going to bring you fun and joy and abundance and, all the bright, happy, sunshine things, So I don't think there's really not much more that needs to be said in relation to that. The final card on the outside of the box is the Fool card, and this is in the position of your career. So you may well be taking a brand new leap of faith in terms of your career or what it is that you do, maybe your soul work. As I said before, it could be raising kids, it could be volunteer work, it could just be playing golf, whatever it is that you kind of do for a large majority of the time. It may involve a leap of faith. Now, with this Two of Wands, again, sitting opposite, it could be a complete change in career. It could be a complete change in location of career for you. But just be open to it. I would say we're dealing with it week by week readings here. So I would say it's something that's not going to come as a surprise. You know, it's not sitting in that position. I feel like it's something that could be, excuse the pun, on the cards for you. And you may be aware of an opportunity potentially coming up for you. And that may be confirmed or offered to you this week. The two cards from the universe, we have the Six of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So the sense I'm getting here is sometimes we can be our own worst enemies. Sometimes we can imagine that we've got these restrictions that are placed on us and they're not as bad as potentially what they think we think they are, or they, you know, we can easily find a way out. So the swords are about intellect and wit and, you know, being, you know, thinking quickly and, you know, thinking on your feet. And this horse here could quite easily, you know, break free. If you think of how free and strong a powerful horse is, and here, you know, they're not really, you know, it's almost like they're being falsely held in that position of, you know, restriction. And the other sense that I'm getting tied in with this is this Six of Cups. And sometimes we can get a little bit stuck in this idea of the way things were. And sometimes, you know, we like that sense of comfort zone, that Two of Cups. We know and we're safe here, but does it push us? You know, can we go over here and do something new and exciting and creative? And if we're really stuck in that sense of nostalgia, the way things were, I liked it back then, it was safe, it was secure, I knew what I was doing, it can stop us from moving forward. It can stop us from making that leap of faith. It can stop us from opening that lock with the key and moving on. My beautiful Gemini, thank you so much for being here. I do hope you've enjoyed the video for the week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye, my friends.